I didn't have any best friends ever until I came here. And then coming here, I didn't have that comfort of having friends from the time that I was born. People I'd gone to first, second, and third grade with, who I just did things with because I'd always done things with. I mean, I had to have another basis for doing things with people. And that was something that I never really had to deal with before. I never had to deal with how do you set up a friendship. I didn't know how to do it.
People just they don't have time or interest enough in you to love you like your family did. And they just don't care, so you have to do it yourself. You have to gather your own places and your own friends. Put your own works together. And like, I don't mind. I don't consider it hostile or anything. It's just indifferent, but possible. Everything's possible.
The structurelessness of it has afforded me the opportunity to be myself, or to be have to conceive of myself in some individual way. But then after that, I would like to have had a structure to be able to plug into, and there isn't one. I mean, that's all it's good for. It's good enough to give you a self-awareness, but then it doesn't show you what to do with that self-awareness.
See, like, we're really caught because we spend so much of our lives believing in the system, you know. And like, we went through our adolescence believing in the system, you know. There were all those images and sort of roles that one could play, you know. But see, like, the kids who came up after us, see, the people before us believed totally in the system. They never, even when they went to college, they still believed in the system. And the people after us, while they were going through their adolescence, they knew the system was for shit, you know. We're caught right in the middle. We want to believe in the system, but we know we really can't. And somehow it's really sort of dishonest to make you force yourself to.
You come freshman year and you're very, very externally oriented. I was very externally oriented. I wanted to see, you know, what was going on here and what was happening. And I just remember noting an attitude in the upperclassmen and people who were supposedly wiser than I, that, you know, you will have an identity crisis and all these terms they slung around, you know, that you laugh at now, but they were supposed to happen to you. And that kind of thing, they were just telling you that you will stop experiencing pure joy and you will understand why you like things and why you don't. You know, you will have to analyze it before it can be true and real and valuable, because you don't really know why you're enjoying things. You're just looking around, and it's like a child, and someday you'll grow up.
You have to declare a major at the beginning of your sophomore year. Declare a major? I barely know my middle name by the beginning of my sophomore year. And how do I know what I'm going to be? You know? Sure, I want to eventually be what I am. I want the things I do and the ways I am to be the same thing, you know, to be being is doing. That's something I would like to achieve.
I don't know, I've learned, just little things like, you know, just sort of political changes too. Becoming more radical because you come in contact with more of the social forces than I did before. Like, there were no blacks in my high school. Things like that. I never knew anybody Jewish. And, you know, just those little things that you expect to happen. Learning the value of blowing your mind, of being, you know, kind of physically free or emotionally free too. How can I say that better? The value of just sort of losing your mind in joy over something you did, whereas before it might have been pleasant, but it wouldn't have been wildly pleasant, you know.
Because see what happens, the whole experience is, when you sit and read all the time and you never, you know, you're not, your primary thing isn't doing, it's sort of sitting and vegetating and reading. You know, it's just your eyes, your head, and your fanny sitting there. You get completely cut off from your emotions. So people can't have sort of, I mean, like, the fact that you have these sort of conversations with people where you say, you know, what is the nature of our relationship going to be? You know, or we've got to do something about our relationship. Real people don't talk like that. Real people don't think like that. They just feel things towards each other. They have these gut reactions. They get turned on by each other. They go to bed. They get married. You know, we have to intellectualize everything.
Here, it's good to be kind of wild, because you find all these extremes that I didn't find before. That's really mainly it, you know, the ability to blow your mind when it comes up, when it should be done. And it can be. It's the only way to live. To take the premium off civilization and off constructs, you know, and onto euphoria. You know, really, I really mean this.
I don't know. I'm really confused. I'm losing my mind. That's all there is to it. I'm just losing my mind. There's just no question about it. I'm losing my mind. I used to have a perfectly good mind, and now it's gone. There's nothing left. I've gone stupid. I've just gone stupid. Can't make any judgments anymore. Can't. I've been sapped of all my vitality. I've gone mad. There's just nothing left. I've gone crazy. I'm really kidding. You know what I want to do with my life? Watch television.
But I dug being neurotic. I dug people saying, oh, there's Crazy Jan. That was something, I didn't think I liked it, but I know I did, because in some ways my life isn't as exciting without it. On the other hand, I'm a lot happier without it. But it's not as exciting. It was much more exciting to know that people looked at me and thought I was crazy. And they don't think that anymore, because I'm not crazy. I probably wasn't crazy. I just liked being crazy because it was an intention thing. And I really think that's true, especially in academia, that the illness, the mental sort of tragic existential shit that people go through is self-indulgent primarily, and not anything that's basically incurable. Because there's so many outs. There's just so many outs.
You know, I've tried to be academically oriented and tried to work and stuff, and I've had success, you know. I've done well. But that's so empty. It's so meaningless. So I know everything about modern British literature. Who gives a damn? It's really ridiculous. I'll still have the same gut reaction to, I mean, unless they've robbed me of it completely, I'll still have the same gut reaction to a play that I had before. I might be able to bullshit better at cocktail parties, but isn't that really dilettantish and effete? I mean, now I realize that that's the reason I came to college. So I'd be more proficient at cocktail parties. It certainly isn't going to help me do anything else. Anything I've learned about people, I've learned outside of the whole thing. Because you can't learn about people here because people aren't normal here. It's more like being in an insane asylum than being in a school. Because everyone's pushed so far. And they're all pushed by, oh, it's all bullshit. The whole thing. Television! Give me television!